Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headache stack. Restlessness to hell and back.
What happens if we try scanning a QR code with the new Vivo X300 Ultra from a really long distance? Are we talking 100 meters? Maybe even 200? In today's test, we're pushing this phone to its limits to find out just how far it can go. And to make things more interesting, I've brought in its older sibling, the Vivo X200 Ultra, for a head-to-head comparison. So what do you think? Will the X200 Ultra actually beat the newer X300 Ultra? If you think yes, type 1. If not, type 2. A quick shout out to my tech partner from China for sharing this video. A big thank you for making this possible. Hey everyone, it's Maiky from techmaiky. If you love staying updated with the latest gadgets, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our exciting tech content. Now, looking at the camera hardware on both devices, the X300 Ultra has clearly received a major upgrade. Its front camera and telephoto setup are both flagship level, and the stabilization system is on another level compared to the X200 Ultra. Sensor size, pixel count, color accuracy, everything is pushed to the max. When it comes to scanning QR codes from a distance, especially in good lighting, the X300 Ultra has a clear edge thanks to its higher resolution and improved optical fundamentals. On top of that, its focal length range is incredibly versatile. Honestly, this might be one of the most complete lens setups we've seen so far. All right, enough talk, let's jump into the test. Our target is a standard medium-sized payment QR code, the kind you see everywhere on streets, in small shops, or at railway counters. For reference, it's about 1.3 times the size of the X300 Ultra itself. As usual, we tested by scanning step by step, moving from farther distances to closer ones until we found the maximum range. Since we're dealing with a flagship like the X300 Ultra, I started at 10 meters out of respect. But right away, the WeChat scanner couldn't recognize the code. Clearly, that distance was too ambitious. After testing, we found the maximum scanning distance with WeChat was about 7.5 meters. Not very impressive. Surprisingly, the X300 Ultra performed similarly, maxing out at around 7 meters. It's not that the hardware is weak. The issue is how WeChat handles the camera. During scanning, the telephoto lens isn't really being used. Instead, it relies heavily on the main camera with aggressive cropping and digital zoom. That's why the distance is limited. On the bright side, this also shows that the X300 Ultra's main camera has indeed been improved over the previous generation. So then the question is, what about the phone's built-in scanner? Shouldn't it be able to utilize the telephoto lens properly? Well, even there, the main camera ends up doing most of the work. And surprisingly, the results are even worse. The X300 Ultra drops to a maximum scanning distance of 6 meters, which is exactly the same as the nearly year-old X200 Ultra. I looked deeper into this and found that the main camera and image processing are consistent across both scenarios. The reason WeChat performs better actually comes down to its powerful scanning engine. Over the years, WeChat has refined its QR recognition to be extremely accurate and efficient. Here's a useful trick. If the QR code is too far away to scan directly, just take a photo of it first and then scan it from your gallery. This method dramatically increases the scanning range. In our real-world tests, the X300 Ultra managed to scan from up to 42 meters using this approach. The X200 Ultra, even with 70x zoom, reached 36 meters. That's about a 17% improvement in favor of the X300 Ultra. This clearly highlights the X300 Ultra's stronger telephoto performance, especially when dealing with fine details like complex patterns. Its native 230mm focal length delivers impressive resolution. In 25 megapixel mode, it was able to scan from as far as 31 meters. Of course, it's not just about hardware. The improved algorithms and the V1S Plus chip also play a big role. When comparing sample shots, the X200 Ultra might look sharper at first glance because it's closer, but the X300 Ultra actually captures more real detail. In simple terms, its AI does a better job reconstructing unclear areas, making previously blurry sections more readable. Finally, we tested both phones using a larger 40 centimeters by 40 centimeter parking QR code. After multiple attempts, the results were identical. Both the X300 Ultra and X200 Ultra successfully scanned it at 21 meters, a perfect tie. That said, I genuinely think there's room for improvement when it comes to the overall scanning experience. One thing I noticed right away is that the Vivo X300 Ultra doesn't automatically zoom in to detect a QR code. For a brand new phone, that's somewhat understandable. But for the Vivo X200 Ultra, which has been around for nearly a year, that behavior is a bit disappointing. Once software algorithms come into play, the difference in optical performance really starts to show. The X200 Ultra's main camera can scan from up to 36 meters, while the X300 Ultra pushes that all the way to an incredible 66 meters, almost twice the distance. I actually had to double check this result multiple times before I could fully believe it. This leap is largely thanks to the upgraded VGX Plus imaging chip, which brings a more powerful, large-scale model and improved software processing. It fully unlocks the capabilities of the LYT-901 sensor, boosting both resolution and detail retention significantly. Right now, this easily ranks among the strongest main camera setups available on any smartphone. You can see this advantage more clearly when comparing shots from the same angle. Even when both phones use the same LYT-18 sensor, the X300 Ultra still manages to scan from about 2 meters farther than the X200 Ultra. And when you look at the sample images, the QR codes captured by the X300 Ultra contain noticeably more detail. Features like AI-driven edge enhancement really shine here, especially when dealing with complex patterns like QR codes, as long as the shooting conditions and focal length are suitable. That said, when you push into extreme long-distance scenarios, things start to level out again. At 70x zoom, the X200 Ultra reaches a maximum scanning distance of 125 meters, while the X300 Ultra, stretching to a 2412 millimeters equivalent focal length, manages 128 meters. At this point, both phones are essentially operating at the same level when using WeChat scanning. The reason is simple. At such extreme magnification, smartphone cameras are already hitting the physical limits of optics. Hardware improvements alone can't create huge leaps anymore, and even advanced algorithms struggle to interpret such fine patterns accurately. Still, these distances are seriously impressive. From that far away, even parking markers are barely visible. Yet both phones can still capture QR codes in medium-sized parking areas without much trouble. Now I have to highlight the X300 Ultra's telephoto lens. Standing 114 meters away, I took a shot at an 85mm focal length. At first glance, the QR code was almost impossible to spot. But after zooming in step by step, it actually became visible. That's what true high resolution looks like. Vivo really knows how to push telephoto performance to the next level. Switching between lenses is also smoother on the X300 Ultra. It feels incredibly fluid, almost seamless. In comparison, the X200 Ultra shows a slight lag when transitioning between the main camera and the ultra-wide lens. So after all the testing, here's the conclusion. In terms of pure optical capability for micro QR code scanning, both phones are fairly evenly matched. But once you factor in chip-driven algorithms, the X300 Ultra takes the lead in most real-world scenarios, especially when using the main camera and telephoto lens. In extreme super telephoto situations, the gap narrows again because both devices are limited by hardware constraints. This is really where the X300 Ultra stands out. Its focal length range is highly practical, and the 25 megapixel full resolution output makes it particularly appealing for more advanced users. The biggest improvement, though, is stabilization. When switching back and forth between the two phones, the X300 Ultra locks focus much faster and rarely misses. Most of the time, you'll get a sharp shot on the very first try. The Vivo X300 Ultra is a fascinating device overall, carrying forward the brand's signature design language. Honestly, can you even tell which one is which at a glance? Aside from slight color differences, the layout of the back, sides, and bottom looks almost identical, like a perfect one-to-one replica. Even the dimensions differ by just a fraction of a millimeter, which in manufacturing terms is basically within tolerance. I even tried fitting a case designed for the X100 Ultra onto the X300 Ultra, and surprisingly, it worked. The fit is practically perfect, around 99.99%. But to be honest, sticking with the same design for too long can start to feel a bit dull. For a flagship device priced above 7,000 yuan, roughly 762 pounds in the UK and 1,035 in the US, I'd love to see something fresher in the design department. Alright, that wraps up this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.